Is Community Creations canceled? Did I just OD with that title? Probably just a little bit. Now, for a lot of people on the next gen consoles, it is pretty much canceled. But no, actually, Community Creations is not canceled. On a real note, it's just that us users on current gen will not be able to reap the benefits of the mods and things like that that were all year round available on WWE 2K24. There's a lot of outrage based on this decision. This was a rumor that was happening for a while. We saw it and we talked about it, but it was officially let known by the WWE 2K developer Brian Williams. Shout out to him for coming on the channel, but most importantly, he did go on Everything Pro Wrestling's channel where he revealed this piece of information. Make sure you guys go on ahead and watch that interview. The link down below will be there. So make sure y'all tune into that. But before we go on ahead and dive deeper into this Community Creations news, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys do enjoy the content. We are giving away 2 copies of WWE 2K25, and we are very close to 13,000 subscribers. Let's go on ahead and get into it. There are pros and cons to everything, right? And Community Creations, with the addition of mods and things like that, just basically things that weren't supposed to be in the game being uploaded into the game, I think that's where a lot of the problem was. Now, the negatives, right? Because that's where everybody's at, and I definitely want to talk about the negatives because I'm somebody who certainly, you know, benefited from a lot of these mods, creations, and everything like that. Now, unfortunately, what's the status? The guy that created all the characters and the championship belts, he had it all there on time very quickly. Unfortunately, it looks like his content on current gen consoles, Xbox Series X and PS5, it won't be there. Now, we don't know if there's going to be a runaround or whatnot. He has been teasing some stuff, but again, I don't know any specifics. This is something that we may not be seeing in WWE 2K25 on those consoles. Marty M's Arenas, who did an incredible job, we may not be getting those neither. Now, is it disappointing? Hell yeah, completely. And I think that those are some of the bigger negatives. Now, for me, one of the bigger negatives for sure is now the community is now divided. Now, I got people on the timeline talking about, yeah, I'll be on Xbox One and PS4 next year and not playing Xbox Series X. Now there's just division completely within the community, which again kind of sucks. It feels like we just took a step back instead of taking a step forward, because throughout the years we've all been able to share each other's creations no matter what platform you're on, but now we're kind of, you know, taking a step back, whether we have to go into last gen or stay on current gen. You know, it's just something where you have to make that decision for yourself and really think and know which one do you want to play better. Do you want to go and play the island, or do you just want to have access to every other created wrestler? Again, it's 2K putting you in a predicament where you now have to choose a side. And again, you can still play both. You can hop on 2K25 to play the island, and you can hop on, you know, the last gen version to play Universe 1 or whatever you want with all the created wrestlers. I also think that that's just an easy solution as well, just me personally speaking. But again, I can't speak for everybody. And obviously this is one of the bigger negatives, maybe the biggest negative thus far, you know, with WWE 2K25, because people were not thrilled to hear stuff like this, right? And I completely understand. You know, at the end of the day, we all spend our hard-earned money and we all want the product to be the way we want it to be, especially when we're paying up to $130 for the Bloodline edition. And I'm talking about USD here because I've seen the Canada prices. Them prices are crazy. But again, it just comes down to it, right? A separated community, we losing creations from the bigger creators in the community. But on the contrary, right, we do have the positives of, all right, 2K has claimed here and there that there could be bugs in this game, right, because of the mods that are being put into the game that have no business being into the game, because a lot of the stuff that don't make it in the game is for certain reasons. Now, we've all seen bugs, we've experienced bugs, and again, I'm not saying that we're not going to experience any bugs on, you know, current gen this year, but I think that the pressure is on 2K, right, because they've used this prior. I believe it was Lionel Jinx who said something on an interview maybe a year ago or so, talking about community creations and the stuff that's being put on there and how it can cause issues because it's not supposed to be on there. Now the ball's in your court, 2K, right? Now we're talking about, if we do see bugs, what can we put that on now? And again, I'm not saying that the game is going to be bug free, but I'm talking about the more so the massive bugs that we've seen. You know, are we going to be able to, you know, get rid of those as a whole, being that community creations now is kind of irrelevant, you know, on the current gen side. Now, I don't know how last gen will react to a lot of the stuff, but if you're on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4, you will be able to take part you know, in last gen community creations, and you guys will all be able to share community creations, you know, together and go from console to console or platform to platform, whatever the case may be. Nonetheless, though, I definitely think that community creations took a step backwards with this move, because a lot of people argued and said, hey, if it's because of the island, they can use the island items and just put the exclusivity on it. If you upload a superstar or a call, whatever you call it, you know, with an island item, then, you know, you have a sign that says, hey, you can't download this because of the island, whatever it may be. Now, personally, I think that community creations was blocked off because of the island, and I think that it's probably deeper than that, bugs, everything like that, as I've mentioned prior in this video. But I think that it's not a coincidence that when the island gets pushed through, now we're seeing community creations kind of take a hit and, you know, take a step backwards to ensure that, you know, a lot of the stuff won't be leaked or, you know, put in the game for free. Now, again, that's just me kind of assuming and going out there on a limb, you know, with everything that we've seen with the island. Obviously, a lot of people are not thrilled about, you know, the microtransactions and everything like that. And again, it's one of those things where 2K, they have to make the decision, hey, do we want this potentially put out there? You know, I'm sure they're tired of their My Faction models being put in the game and then being put out on community creations as if, you know, for free, as if you didn't have to pay for it. So again, I think that it's one of those things, man, where it's more of a business decision, trying to make sure that they're getting their money more than anything else. And I think that that's what it is. As a business, I get it. From a consumer-based standpoint, it is disappointing. It is sad, because we don't want to go through that, of course. But I think that at some point, some way, it was going to be time to shut this party off, right? It was going to be time to kind of move on and stop this. And again, man, I personally reap the benefits of community creations, and I will continue doing so, you know, on the last gen version of the game. But again, if you want to take part of that, you have to play on last gen. There is no next gen at this point for something like this. So I think that it's something that, you know, we're all going to have to get used to. But again, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the year pans out with community creations looking this way. And with the island, just like the city, it took them years to get the city in NBA 2K games, and now potentially we may not be seeing the island for a really long time on the PC, simply because of the fact that, you know, you can go into the files and look into things and things like that. There's just a lot that goes into it, right? And I think that 2K will probably be, you know, hands off for that for a while, till they figure out a way to really lock everything behind probably encrypted files, whatever the case may be, man. I don't really get into the file stuff. I reap the benefits of, you know, people going into the files and showing how to mod and things like that. But again, community creations is something that we use to update everything throughout the year, right? So it definitely is going to suck. But again, I am looking forward to seeing how this game plays without the stuff that wasn't supposed to be in there, to really see, is it 2K, is it community creations, what truly is the problem. But again, man, I don't think the island will be on PC for a very long time, and community creations, I don't see that changing anytime soon, if I'm being completely honest. I think that that's something that will be there to stay for a while as well. A lot of stuff to definitely think about. Community creations is definitely not canceled, but it has changed forever, especially in 2K25. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.